everybody, my name is Cara. I'm the exercise physiologist and today we are talking about stretching. The importance of stretching is to maintain our mobility in our joints and our flexibility as well. So really important that if we can throughout our week find some time to stretch, aiming daily if we can, 5 to 10 minutes. Really good routine is to start in the morning so you can do some stretches in bed to warm yourself up. And as you're getting started throughout your day, if we can, that would be ideal. Other forms of stretching which are really beneficial is things such as yoga. So if you love something like that, that's really good, or if you're looking at doing something like that, there's lots of different levels that you can do. And also activities such as Tai Chi are also really good for your flexibility and your balance. So there are activities in our community that do have yoga and Tai Chi, so have a look. At the moment they may not due to COVID, however everything will be starting to pick up a little bit more over the coming months, so keep an ear out because it's really good to get into the groove of stretching. Now stretching, as I said, is really good for our range of motion and our flexibility, and that helps with us to do activities of daily living. So having mobile joints helps with things such as reaching up to the cupboard, brushing our hair, it could be putting on your jacket, putting on your trousers. All things like that are easier when our joints are mobile. If our joints are stiff, we might not be able to move our arm too much, or we might not be able to move our leg. So it's really important to do some daily stretches to make sure we do remain mobile. Stretches are also really important to reduce some muscle tension. So you may find that doing an activity for a certain amount of time, or sitting in a position for a certain amount of time, or generally just being stressed, can cause some tension throughout your muscles. So it could be your neck or your shoulders, or it could be your back. So a way to help manage that is to do some stretching. When you are stretching, add in some breathing. So do your stretch, focus on breathing in, breathing out while you do it, and that can help to bring the blood flow to your muscles and again reduce that tension and that stress feeling. And that's really important to help manage your muscles as well. So really good thing to add in. Now, when you are stretching, there is a fine line between pain and then stretching. So what we want to make sure is that you don't stretch to when you feel pain. That's stretching too fast. You want to make sure, yes, you will feel a bit of a pull, you might feel some tension in your muscles, that's normal, but you don't want to stretch to where you feel pain. So what I would recommend is in the stretches that I go through today, start with 10 seconds, see how you feel, swap sides if you need to, 10 seconds again, and then see how you go. And then over the coming weeks, you can slowly build it up to about 30 seconds hold for your stretch, and then see how you go. But there is nothing wrong with starting with 10 seconds and doing a few reps. So you might do one leg for 10 seconds, the other leg for 10 seconds, and then repeat that twice. And that's going to be just as effective at the moment to just start to get you moving. And think of moving your joints and your large muscle groups first. So your shoulders, your hips, your big thigh muscles and your arms and things like that. Get the easy ones moving first before you start to delve into some other stretches. Now today we'll go through some standing, some seated and some lying down stretches. Again, as always, please only do these if you feel safe to do so, and in terms of if you have any injuries or any known conditions that you know you may not be able to move your arm in that way if we do something, please don't do it and seek medical advice before you do, or find someone locally to help you get started with a stretching program. So really important that we do stretch, as I said, to help with doing those activities that we do. So the more we move and the more we stretch, just the easier things will get, and that's all that we want to do, is just be able to do the things that we love. So if you need today, I will do some seated exercise as I said. Laying down, I will show you. If you want to, you can always do these in bed or on your couch if you do not feel comfortable getting on the floor. Again, if you are uncomfortable getting on the floor and you know that you may not be able to get up, once you do get on the floor, please don't complete the laying down stretches and just starting with the seated stretches for today. So I will start those stretches now. Alright guys, we're going to start with some seated stretches. Now these are my favourite because you can do them anywhere. Whether you're sitting at the TV or you might be working at a desk, you can absolutely do them throughout your day, so they are the go-tos. Now, as I've said in previous weeks, my favourite first one is some shoulder rolls. Now, anyone can do these with whatever mobility you've got. You can do small ones if you need to start, or you can start with big ones. So let's start with these. And again, as I said in the video at the start, focus on your breathing. So breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, and really try and move those shoulders. I always say to start backwards, just purely because our posture a lot of the time is forward when we're doing things. So it's always nice to feel shoulder rolls going back. Starting with 10 is a good number. Again, you might only be able to do small ones, that's fine. Alright, have a rest there. Give the arms a bit of a rest. Our next one is going to be a neck stretch where we're just going to move our ear towards our shoulder. We're going to hold, as I said, we'll try for 10 seconds. And then coming up, slowly and slowly to the other side. Now just go to where you can. You might only get a little bit or you might get a bit further. And hold. And then coming up. Good job. Next one we're going to do is a shoulder stretch where you put your arm across. This one's a bit tricky. So start with your arm across, then put your hand on the outside of your elbow and you're going to pull your arm across. You'll feel a stretch across your shoulder. It's a nice one to start with, but take your time because it is a bit tricky to get. Again, just start with 10 seconds and then swap. So your arm goes across your body, behind your elbow and pull. You can lock that into your arm if you want, or you can just pull it across and you feel a nice little stretch in your shoulder and at the top of your back. And then you can shake your arms out. My next seated exercise is a seated hamstring stretch. Now, this one's a favorite. It's a really, really good one for underneath your thigh. And it's just nice and easy to do seated. There's some standing and there's also some laying down options, but I find this is the safest and the easiest to do throughout your day. So first things first is sitting on the edge of your chair. Still make sure you're nice and safe, but just swivel your bottom to the ends. You're going to place one foot forward on your heel, okay? Put your leg as straight as you can and your toes pointing towards the roof. You're then going to place both of your hands onto your thigh and you're going to slightly lean forward. Now, for some people, where I am now is absolutely enough of a stretch and you will feel it at the back of your thigh. For others, if you can, you keep rolling to when you feel a stretch and you hold. And then you sit up and then you swap. So you put your other leg out nice and straight, heel to the floor and toes to the roof. Both hands go on the thigh and you'll slowly roll down to where you can until you feel a stretch and you hold. As I said, start with 10 seconds, foot back, and then do twice on each side. Okay, now we're starting with our standing stretches. So a good one to start with for our hip mobility is to just move your hip from side to side. So standing nice and tall, and you want to push one hip to one side and then push the other hip to the other. Now you can have bent knees, that's absolutely fine. You just want to slowly move hip to hip. Okay, and then we're going to do a circle. So pretend you've got your hula hoop, or maybe you're a hula girl, and you're going to do a hip circle. I like to have my hands on my hips just to see how they're moving. I would do 5 one way, and then you stop, and then you're going to go 5 the other way. This is just really good for our hips, but also good for our lower back. Starts to release those muscles that might be a little bit tight. Let's do 2 more. You can do little ones, or you can do nice big ones. Just see how your body is feeling on that day. All right, and then you can shake it out. So our hips are feeling nice and warm. Now, another one we can do for our legs is a standing quad stretch. Now, this might be tricky for a lot of you, so I would recommend 2 versions, which I'll show you. One version is holding onto the wall, lifting your foot to your bottom, and then stretching, and you hold. You will feel it in the front of your thigh, okay? So front on, it looks like this, and you're holding onto your foot, all right? Then I will show you another option, which will make this one a little bit easier. So this same stretch here is your quad stretch, okay? This one is the same. If we have a chair, we have a high bed, and what you'll do is you'll place your foot onto the chair, and in that position, you will start to feel that thigh stretch, okay? So same thing, what we're aiming to do is get that foot up to stretch that quad, If you just need to start off and you're feeling a bit tight, you pop your foot onto the chair and you'll feel that stretch in your thigh. So that's another option that you can do. Now another standing one, which is a nice one for the shoulders, I'll show you side on firstly and then I'll show you front on, is you roll your shoulders back, your hands will clasp together behind you and you'll aim to pull your hands down towards the ground and push your chest out. Okay, you'll feel a really nice stretch through the top of your back and also through the front of your chest. Now if it was front on, you roll your shoulders back and you'll put your fingers facing the ground and clasp your hands together and then you aim to pull down. Now some of you might just be able to get there, so one other one you can do is just place your hands on your lower back and then push your chest forward. Okay, that's still going to give you a really, really nice stretch through the shoulders, but if you're feeling like you can, you just clasp those hands together and pull them towards the floor. Okay, again, you just hold for 10 seconds. You might need to shake it out. Again, your second option is hands on your back, push your chest forward. You're still going to feel that really nice stretch through your shoulders and through your upper chest. A really, really good one you can add in. Now another one that's quite similar, again I'll show you side on, is you clasp your hands together at the front and then you just try to arch the top of your back and feel a nice big stretch, looking down to the floor and then standing up again. And again, you can shake it out if you need to. If that is a bit tricky, again, just start with some shoulder rolls, and by getting some mobility through your shoulders, you will then be able to hold them back and then be able to do that stretch. So a few options, again, choose which one you feel most comfortable with, and just start with a 10-second hold and then release, and then do another 10-second hold and then just see how you feel. Okay guys, our next exercise is a calf stretch. So this is really good for our lower part of our leg. Very good if you're walking or you may just feel some tightness through your ankles or through the lower part of your leg, is to do a nice and easy calf stretch. Now I will show you side on, and then I'll just give you a quick demo using the wall, as that's the easiest way you can do it. So first thing is front foot forward and then your back leg back. So that's called a split stance. You've got one foot forward, one behind. What you want to try your best to do is keep your back heel on the ground and your back leg as straight as you can, okay? You'll then pop your hands on the wall and you just aim to put your body weight forward. So you can aim to push that front knee forward and then you will hold that stretch. Now again, we're keeping this back leg straight and we're trying our best to keep our back heel on the ground. Now if you do have really tight muscles, you might notice that your heel is off. That's fine, you just stretch to where you can. Again, starting with 10 seconds, and then you swap. So I'll swap legs and do it this way. So I've got my hands on the wall, one foot forward, one behind, my back leg is nice and straight, my heel is on the floor, and I'm going to push my body weight forward, so pushing that front knee, and pushing my weight towards the front, and I can feel a nice big stretch in the back of my leg. So that is called a standing calf stretch. Alright guys, I'm now going to show you some examples on the floor. Now as I said previously, only complete them on the floor if you are able to get on and off the floor safely and independently. If you cannot do them on the floor, that's absolutely fine. Don't feel like you have to do them, but you can also do them on the bed. And again, only do them if you feel safe, okay? So we're going to just go through a few, and I like to do these as a little warm up in the morning. Really good for the lower back and the legs, and gets our body moving. So, just going to lay down. And the first one I'm going to do is single leg knee to chest. So what I'm going to do is bring my knee to my chest, and I'm going to relax this other leg down. And again, I'm going to focus on my breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. We're going to hold for 10 seconds. Then we'll place that leg down and we'll bring our other knee to our chest. So single leg, knee to chest. Focus on your breathing. During some stretches, you might like to close your eyes. That's absolutely fine. Use it as some time for yourself, some time to relax. Okay, again, I will do 2 on each side, and you're just aiming for 10 seconds. See how you go. If you don't have the mobility in your hips, you may not be able to bring it that high. Just go to where you can, or you might want to use a towel to help you. That's also fine. Alright, my next one is both knees to our chest. All right, and this is one of my favorites. It's a nice release for your lower back. And again, you're going to breathe in and breathe out. And really focus on relaxing your shoulders down. Beautiful. Next one is placing your feet on the floor. These are called lumbar rolls, but I like to just say knee rocks from side to side. Now, what you want to aim to do is just do little ones. So firstly, our knees are together and our feet are together. You can have your hands on the ground. You're going to slowly rock from side to side. Now, there is a big stretch that some of you might do where you might bring your knees all the way to the floor. And that's up to you. But this one's a favourite of mine. It just starts to slowly warm up the back with having to do too much work to pull it back up again. So you're going to slowly rock from side to side. Again, I would start with 10. And don't go too far. Again, breathing. Beautiful. And then have a rest. My next favourite one is feet hip width apart. So you're going to open up your feet again. And you're going to lift your arms to the roof. Now, first option is arms come up. And then arms come down. Now, this is really good for your shoulder mobility. And then what you're going to aim to do is go as far as you possibly can without pain. As I said, you never want to be in pain, there's no point. And you just slowly go until you feel your mobility will let you. So you keep going all the way as far as you can. And again, you focus on your breathing. And you're just relaxing. So again, if you feel like today you can only get to here, that's where you start and you go back down. And I want you to try 8 to 10 reps. And if you can try and do these as much as you can, like once a day even, to start with in the morning, it's going to be really nice for your shoulders. So just see how you go. So that's your lying down shoulder raise. Just start with 8 to 10 and then see how you go. Alright, the last one I'm going to finish with is only do it again if you feel like you can, is a glute stretch, is placing your heel onto your opposite knee. Now I will show you, and I'll move around and show you what that looks like. But you're going to pop your heel onto your other knee. The first option is just to leave that there. Okay, so you're just trying to relax. Some of you, your leg might be here because it's really tight and you might feel a big stretch, that's fine. Again, start with 10 seconds. So you just hold there. You want to try and relax. You'll bring your foot down and you'll go other side. Foot onto your knee. Try your best to relax. You want to try and keep both hips on the floor so you don't want to roll. Just try and keep your both hips down and you're trying to relax that leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just trying to relax. Okay, that's option 1. So you can see better on that angle. So my foot is on my knee and it makes it, which looks like kind of like a backwards 4. It's called a 4-point stretch, which is for your glutes, okay? So you hold that one. Now, a second option is a little bit harder. So only do this if you feel able, is you pop your heel onto the same position, onto your knee, the front of your knee. You're going to grab that knee and bring it towards your opposite shoulder. So this is my left knee. I'm bringing it towards my right shoulder. And I can feel a stretch in my bottom and a little bit in my lower back. Now, for some of you, this might be a little bit sore in your groin. If it is, just don't do it, okay? Then we'll swap other side, foot onto the front of your knee. Right leg, bringing it towards my left shoulder. And again, I'm going to hold for 10 seconds. And then I'm going to leave it there. So just try those when you're at home. Again, only do them if you feel safe. And just start with 10 seconds. Great day to start up your day in bed. Get warmed up and then see how you go. Thanks guys. I hope that has helped and I will see you next time.